Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sonoma Raceway in the picturesque wine country of the Napa Valley, home of great food, great wine, and a mediocre announcer that is speaking at this very moment. And here we are in one of the last remaining rounds of this season's OSCA World Cup, and I'm joined by my broadcasters, Cam Rich and Carlos Acosta. First of all, Cam, what are you looking forward to for tonight?
The obvious answer would be another Daniel Gore win, but we'll talk about that later. We have a little bit of a fun thing that we're going to be doing for later on. But what I'm going to be looking for here with the cars is look for these tires to wear, look for these rear ends to be slidey, loosey-goosey, and look for a lot of dust to be kicked up, because this is one of them racetracks where you got to abuse the track limits to get a lot of speed out of it. So the fast drivers here are going to be kicking those left and right side tires into the dirt a lot tonight.
Yes, sir. Gonna see a lot of people end up in the grass. And yes, this is grass. It's just not grass colored because, well, we're in a drought 9 months out of the year. So we do the best we can with what little water we're allocated on a given day. So we have qualifications in order going on right now.
You guys want to look at the point standings?
Sure do.
All right. Tonight's race is the Baja 100.0, and this is what the points are looking like before we even start.
Alrighty, you see the points leader is, of course, Daniel Gore at a oblivion over redo teammate Noah Brown, with Eric Ziegel, James Miller, Darren Saff making up the top 5, Ty McIntosh, Kyden Jones, Neil Rett, David Westergreen, and Gilberto Javier Gomera rounding out the top 10. And then the team standings, Redo Racing out front by also in Eternity over Southern Speedco, with RK Motorsports, Team Mixture Rich, and Binks Designs Racing rounding out the top 5. With Northeastern Velocity, Do Good Motorsports, Hall Racing, Weekend Woodsman Racing, and Outlaw Racing making out the rest of the teams competing right now. All right, now your pole sitter is, of course, Daniel Gore at a 114.950, about half a second faster than second place James Miller. Along with go on, Cam.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a huge, relatively speaking, margin. Especially for someone like James Miller, who has been one of the top, other than Daniel Gore, of course, but he has been one of the top road course racers in OSCA for the past couple seasons, and that is quite the gap up to Daniel Gore. So definitely, all those other drivers looking for a little bit of speed out here tonight.
Absolutely. As we see everyone circulating the new rescanned version of Sonoma Raceway with the cool curve, the chutes removed, unfortunately, and the red and white curbs. Stark difference to the yellow and blue curbs that we used to have that gave it a lot more of a classic flavor.
And the funny thing is for me is a long time ago I started my sim racing career, I guess is what you call it, back in NR 2003, and that actually had the red and white curbs. So I think the blue and the yellow it was cool. This is a little bit more retro back to how the track was in about 2003 and before though. So it's they're both pretty cool. I like I'm really big on curb colors. I think the goofy ones are really fun. I think they should do something that's akin to like Southern or Northern California, excuse me.
Yeah, that's what I always loved about the curbs is because the yellow and blue match the classic blue and yellow license plate we would have. And plus, I still actually have bits of the old yellow and blue curb back when we did a track walk after the 2012 race that Clint Boyer won. Here is your starting lineup. Daniel Gore is on the pole, of course, with James Miller in the 09 right next to him. Darren Staff in the 45 and Ray Bracey in the 7 make up row 2. Kynan Jones and Jake Scarborough make up row 3. DJ Weeks in the 97 and Eric Ziegel in the 5 make up row 4. Ty McIntosh in the 8 and Gilberto Javier Gomera in the 99, all Southern Speed Co. row 5. Noah Brown in the 65 and Zach Evans in the 6 on row 6. Dave Carpenter in the 71 and Dylan Thomas in the 03 on row 7. Aaron Evans in the 48 and Neil Rutt in the 66 on row 8. Noted road course hater David Westergreen in the 9 and Thomas Capuano in the 21 on row 9. Adam Peeler in the 27 and Dallas Mayan in the 78 round out the top 20. Gonna cut this short because we are green in a standing start. Man, let the chaos begin. Not a great jump at all for Jake Scarborough. He's already lost a lot of spots as we make up the run up into turn 1 and turn 2. So far, no one pulling the Jerry Nadeau and going straight off up here in turn 2. Got a battle for P2 here. Stapp trying to hold on to the inside of Miller. He hops the curb going into 3A and he's going to take that spot. Great move from Stapp. And here comes Ray trying to follow him through. Oh, Ray really overslowed the corner entering the chute, but he's still going to stay right there to the inside of James. Side by side through turn 7, and we're still going to be side by side through the S's. Oh, it's not going to be good. It's not easy to be side by side through here, Cam.
Nope, not at all. Remembering the incident between Dale Jr. and Matt Kenseth back in 2014-15-ish, where Matt Kenseth got punted out into the tire barrier, race over.
Yep.
Side by side here through the back end of the track, and this is one of the better passing zones right here. Bojo just needs to be on the brakes a little bit later than the 85 of Kynan Jones. They're going to be side by side through the hairpin, sliding out to the outside. You have all the room out here to try to make the move, and they're going to be side by side still. So Kynan Jones, one of the harder drivers to pass in the OSCA Racing Series. I'd call him Ryan Newman, but he is not quite like Ryan Newman, just hard-headed, but doing everything he needs to do to try to keep that position. Does not do it, and he loses the spot to Ray Bracey. So move Ray up before it.
Yeah, Kynan has too much neck to be Ryan Newman. It's a great, great battle between these two. Who says he can't go side by side through here?
Yeah, these OSCA drivers will do it anywhere and anywhere on the racetrack. They do not give a single care in the world.
No, they don't. As Weeks and McIntosh do battle, Weeks is going to get the spot over Ty, exiting turn 7.
And I wanted to give a quick little update for any Santiago Aguirre fans. He did not actually take the start due to a sickness. He's got a little bit of a sickness issue, so hope he feels better. And maybe for half two, but definitely for the night in general.
Yeah, make sure to make a donation to the Santiago Aguirre Memorial Swear Jar in his honor and hopes he recovers quickly.
Got
on board Dallas Mahan. Oh, off into the few cars. I think that was Adam Peeler as well. Few going onto the grass.
Yeah, kind of what I said earlier on the broadcast. You're going to see a lot of that tonight. Just this is one of those tracks where track limits are kind of just, the dirt. So it's not a lot of runoff like some other European style racetracks. Really, the only turn you have some runoff here is right there, turn I think 6 it was, but otherwise, your runoff is the scenery. So use as you will. Darren Staff, 3.5 almost, 3.4 seconds behind Daniel Gore. He's quite literally about half a straightaway ahead right now, so doing what he needs to do to extend that lead, and just kind of what we expect from Daniel Gore on these road courses.
Yeah, and you really have to use that lack of runoff a lot just because of the fact that there's so many blind corners here. That's what makes this track incredible, is you're almost kind of having to guess for the most part, especially, you know, where we saw Dallas and Peeler go off, turn 3A. That is the highest point on the circuit, and you're big. Oh, we got a car around on the straightaway! Gilberto! That is a terrible spot to spin. As you can see, you're practically Austin Powersing it here trying to get around.
Yeah, I think luckily he only had 1 or 2 cars to pass him, but that is definitely, we've seen that in real life, cars wreck there, and that is never a good spot.
Nope.
Ooh, just got loose.
Yeah.
Unfortunate timing there with Thomas Capuano being right at the spot that made his car go to the right, but yeah, you see here, he just loses it.
Yeah, nothing poor Tom could do is just stuck there finishing Gilberto off, but I don't think there was much damage for Gilberto. For what happened, the car seems pretty okay for him.
Yeah, really, the fact that he's able to continue at all is pretty good there, so really no worse for the wear, and I think maybe able to, how far behind is he? Quite a ways. I think he's about 10 seconds behind the last car now, so if he wants to catch Adam Peeler, he's going to have to do some qualifying laps here for the remainder of this first half, which is, we're on lap 4? 15 laps to go or so, which I thought it would be a little bit shorter, but it is not going by as shortly as I thought it would be, so both of these halves are going to be pretty hefty a little bit, but definitely for these drivers, because these tires, James, you probably already know, at this racetrack, these tires are already starting to wear out. So these drivers are already starting to feel a little bit of the loosey-goosiness of that rear end, and it's starting to lose grip in a hurry.
Yeah, there's a lot of corners on this track that are going to absolutely tax the rear tires, you know, especially here. One of the fastest parts on the track, just going over the crest, and right here in turn 10, you know, you feel like you're coming through here at Mock Jesus, and it's one of the most terrifying corners on the track because of it. And if you're just that little bit off on where you turn in, you're probably going to end up in the grass. As you see, like most other parts of the circuit, there isn't a whole lot of runoff to work with, so it's most likely going to be a very violent crash. We've seen a lot of big accidents in turn 10 there in real life over the years.
And even another couple points around the racetrack, we've seen a couple barrel rolls. I believe when it was Steve Park back in the 90s that barrel rolled it at 99, I think, somewhere up in turn 3 area. So somebody else in the trucks. Somebody in the trucks did it too. You know, just a couple people have like barrel rolled at Sonoma. So just the hillside and all that.
I remember someone also in the K&N East Series or West Series barrel rolled here back in 2010. No, 2008.
Yes, yeah, it was at turn 7, and the guy's name was Jeff Jefferson. I remember that because I was like, why would a guy named Jeff Jefferson barrel roll in a Sonoma race, in a K&N race? And I'm pretty sure the video is still up on YouTube. But
and that's one of those things where you're not sure what's more surprising, someone barrel rolling at Sonoma or someone being named Jeff Jefferson.
Battle here for that was the 9th position. Noah Brown took it from Jake Scarborough of the teammates. The teammates, well, I think, I don't know if that's been publicly announced, but there will be some news on that later on in the season. Regarding the status of the 2 drivers.
Spill the tea.
A little bit further on back, Ty McIntosh and DJ Weeks.
Oh, battling. We're almost 3 wide here. Exited turn 2 with Zach Evans, Dave Carpenter, and Dylan Thomas. Beaks Design drivers duking it out here as they drop down the crest exit of 3A. That corner is where me and my folks usually sat for the race. It's a incredible viewpoint up there because it's the highest point on the track. You can basically see almost the entirety of it. So it's just so much more bang for your buck than any of the other seats around here. Oh gosh, yeah, Neil Rudd.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Zach Evans off.
Scarborough!
Well.
No, that's Scarborough. He's dead.
Oh, what happened to him?
He sure is. Meanwhile, Zach Evans is still agricultural racing. There's a whole lot of grass cutting here. They're taking the jobs from the sheep that we have.
I think Scarborough's broke. He can barely turn that thing.
I do see a
Definitely
meatball flag on his end.
Yeah,
Catastrophic.
that might have been what we mentioned earlier. Turn 10, carry too much speed, you're going onto the grass, and you're likely being carried into the wall.
Hardware failure. I think he goes into the corner and the car just stops turning straight right here.
Oh, yep.
And then at the same time...
Yeah, watch this. This is quite strange. I think Zach was maybe trying to get out of the way or something, and then he just really gets out of the way. Continues to be out of the way.
Kind of like what Kenny Raikkonen was at Interlagos, where he kind of just got lost.
Zach Evans has taken it to pit road.
Glad he made it. Meanwhile, Daniel Gore out in front by 8.5 seconds over new second place leader Darren Staff, or new second place driver Darren Staff, excuse me, with the F1 wheel, GT wheel, whatever you want to call it, the square wheel.
Oh, Adam Peeler around exit of turn 11.
Just trying to get it going. Rear tire's hot. Yep. Let's see what happened here. These three drivers right here, Adam Peeler, Neil Rutt, and David Westergreen, they've kind of been together all race. They have really not gotten away from each other. And just a little half spin out in the hairpin there. No harm, no foul.
We're looking on for the battle for fourth between Ray Bracey and Kynan Jones. Eric Siegel right behind them.
Really, none of these drivers have been able to make a whole lot of headway. Siegel, he's up 2 spots, but Kynan Jones and Ray Bracey, both where they started the race.
Gentlemen.
Yeah. Big send from Kynan.
We have a question in the YouTube chat. Thrasher would like an explanation as to what a meatball means.
So the meatball is the flag that's displayed from race control that tells you, hey, your car is broke. You need to go fix it. Otherwise, it will fall apart on track. So the iRacing automatically displays it when it feels like you have sustained too much damage in an incident. So because Jake hit the wall and completely demolished his right front wheel and it's no longer really attached all that well, is making him go to the pits to get it repaired so he can actually steer the car.
Yep,
The rudimentary explanation of it.
And the reason we call it a meatball flag is because the flag it's a black flag, and in the middle it's an orange circle, similar to like the Japanese flag, but just black and orange, and it kind of resembles a meatball.
Yep, and it's a lot easier to say that than black flag with orange circle inside it.
Imagine if every time we said the meatball flag, we said black flag with orange
That
circle
is
inside
a
of it.
spicy meatball.
Or in this case, that is a spicy black flag with
With an
orange
orange
circle inside
circle.
it. Yeah, we got a pretty heavy battle between Noah Brown and Ty McIntosh. Are going to be side by side here going through the S's. Ty's going to give way here. Ooh, not a good S right there. That's going to cost him some time. Slid out from the apex.
And this is one of the more finesse centered tracks on the NASCAR schedule. I think Watkins Glen is probably the other, I guess, like far end of the racetrack spectrum, where it's really fast, it's really flowing, it's really wide, relatively speaking, in most places. But this one, just more tight and twisty, and you have to take care of yourself a lot more here, I think, than you do at Watkins Glen. So really, to be good at both of them takes a couple different skill sets.
Yeah, you're much more racing the racetrack here than Watkins Glen. Your priority is to just keep it off of the dead grass here, which is easier said than done. And just trying to understand your turn-in points. That's the biggest issues. We see Ty looking to the inside of Noah once again. Oh, he's not relenting this time. We're still going to be side by side through the S's. Ooh.
Ooh, wow, that is, yep, physical.
Yeah. Ty is going to take the spot. Some great racing from those two.
And DJ Weeks is loving what he's seeing. Maybe he's not loving it, and he's getting a little bit spooked by it. But it sure is something that is going on in front of him, and may net him a position or two here in a couple moments, because these two are not relenting whatsoever. Noah Brown with a terrible run off of turn 11 there. He could not get the tires hooked up whatsoever. And he is still sideways. Oh my God, those rear tires have got to be screaming their last hurrah here with about 7 laps to go. We will have a pit stop in half number 2. With that race being 36 laps. So from what I understand, I believe the tank is like 20 something. So definitely we will see these drivers pit.
Now we're looking on board with the battle between Aaron Evans and Dallas Myhand here. So far, so good for Aaron Evans, running in a solid 13th.
Yep, he's kept the car on the racetrack, and he's actually gained a couple spots from his qualifying position of 15th. So doing a pretty good job out here tonight. Aaron Evans, the rookie. We have seen him have a couple good runs this season. He came devastatingly close to having a great run, potentially a win at Charlotte, but threw it away there in the last few laps of the race. But that is all the part of the learning experience for being a rookie, because the stock car thing is not easy by any means. These probably are in the racing world, especially. I mean, I would say a little bit less so now with the next gen, but with these things, I mean, just very specialized and so much different than what everything else was kind of back in the day. So, key point being that these things just do not like road courses. They're not very good at them. They don't do them very well. And that's why it's so fun. And that's why it's so fun to watch and do and all of that stuff, because these things just do not do road courses whatsoever. They're designed to go left, and they're designed to do that really well. They're not designed to go right very well, but that's what makes it good. That's what makes it fun.
Exactly, because there's so much more room for error, like right there.
Like that, yeah. Oh, he is going well.
Yeah, you could tell the body language of that Camaro was not happy.
And that's one of those what is that, turn 4, I think. So one thing I've always not understood about the Sonoma's track numbering is they got the A's and all that in the numbers, but I think that's technically 4A. Probably one of the most dangerous corners on the schedule because that is so easy to just get wrong, and then you can get out there, hit that wall, and it's race over basically if you do that. So you're pretty much gonna get a meatball. You're gonna get the black flag with orange stripe. Or orange circle, excuse me. Yeah, not stripe. That's a disqualification flag, or in some series that's a disqualification flag, not in iRacing. We're on board here with Ziegel. He's having a solid run. Ziegel, not one of the, he's more of a short track specialist himself, but doing a solid job on the road courses here. He's probably been the best of the rest all season for the non-road course drivers. And running right here behind of Jones, who is a road course driver. So a little bit wide there in turn 11, gathers it up. And sideways is Kynan. Definitely using up all the tire that you have left in the car with these last 4 laps, because once the race is over, you won't need it anymore. Go ahead and just do what you can do. Kynan is absolutely sending it up here through turn 1.
Be a tire mark there.
Turn 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
meanwhile, Ray has absolutely walked away from these two. Now, it was interesting watching Ziegel on board there through 3A. You know, you saw it. He took all the apex curb and kind of hopped up. Oh, lock up for Kynan. Oh, but Ziegel can't take advantage. But yeah, you saw Ziegel use all that apex curb and really kind of bicycle the car as he's going up on the crest. I actually don't like to do that because, you know, the train of thought is you do that to kind of help hike the car up and get it to turn a little better, but to me that just kind of makes it worse through 3A just because you're already turning a lot because of the fact that you're going over that sharp crest, that hitting that would just make you even looser. So I always try to kind of hug the edge of it to where I'm as close to it as I can get, but not actually hitting it, just to keep all 4 corners of the car on the track.
But so many iconic NASCAR shots over the years at that corner with the cars hopping over it on 2 wheels. It's one of those things that just screams Sonoma. It's why we love this place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about racing is sometimes the coolest stuff isn't always the fastest. But damn, sure. Cool.
Rally racing in a nutshell. Absolutely, right there.
No, those guys are special because they're doing cool stuff while looking cool as hell doing it.
Yes. They know how to go sideways on the dirt and not lose speed doing it and not kill themselves and everybody else. Usually. They have, I'd say, rally racers. That's probably one of the up there with like MotoGP riders, kind of like the last true breed of just complete nutcases who have no regard for their safety up in racing. So always cool watching those guys do it. We're on the last lap here, so
and we're not.
Actually, we're not on the last lap. We're 2 to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like,
That was a little bit early. Lester Green out there in the kitty litter off of turn 10. Keeps it straight, though. Did not do what Jake Scarborough did and kill the car. And there's Daniel Gore, who is about to do what I just said and start the last lap. He's out of turn number 11. And just really a completely dominant performance. He started on the pole. I think by the end of lap 1, he had about a 2-second lead. And now it's about 14 and a half here in we're at 19 laps. So that's about 7/10 of a second per lap, if my math maths there, but I was told there wouldn't be math. So just a completely dominant performance for the 69. And we'll have a little treat we'll get a word with him after the race, and we have a little treat for race number 2. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I mean, just the kind of performance you'd expect out of Daniel Gore this season.
Absolutely. It's been a great week for Daniel so far. He made it into the next round of another series over a former Coke Series champion. And just continuing the hot streak here tonight. Another dominant performance from the 69 car, as we've said. And he's coming off of the final corner, heading to the checker flag. Daniel Gore will win half one at Sonoma.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And you know you have a big lead when you can slow down to a crawl for the line and start doing your burnouts.
He didn't have to flex on them like that. He didn't have to flex on them like that. Oh, just absolutely dunking on the field in more ways than one tonight. Darren Staff will bring it home second, James Miller in third, Bracy in fourth, China Jones fifth, Ziegel, McIntosh, Noah Brown, DJ Weeks, and Dylan Thomas, your top 10.
Very cool. Very cool.
Oh
Ray
my
Bracy.
goodness, Ray!
Yeah, he's on the hillside. He has parked his car up there and set out a lawn chair to watch warm up. So he's gonna chill out there and do his thing. The rest of the field still finishing the race. There's Thomas Capuano back in 13.
Oh my goodness, Dave!
In the wall.
Oh, Dave.
And Dave Westergreen, technically the driver who crossed the line first. He was right in front of the leader when he took the checkered. Is he going to finally finish his race?
I've seen enough. Give the win to D West.
I agree. Noted road course lover, Dave Westergreen.
Alrighty, looks like we got a lot of clouds and overcast, which is weird because we only get that for about 2 weeks in March. That is the start of the warm-up, and I think we should go ahead and get a few words with our winner. Okay, now that is a lot more common. Fog. Lord knows we get plenty of that in Northern California. It's making me homesick now.
They call it the marine layer, or is that what they call it down in SoCal? They call it something different out, but I don't know California terminology too well.
No, it's marine layer. They're not cool enough to get it down there. At least I don't think so. Actually, I don't know anything about Southern California weather.
Yeah, my San Diego friends, I'll say they get it too down there, so it might be I guess it's the same thing. A couple backwards drivers here on the track.
Yeah, it's a bit of an OSCA tradition here to have everyone go backwards during the warm-up, but this is infinitely more impressive doing it here. Oh, well, while the shenanigans are taking place, let's go ahead and talk to our race 1 winner, Daniel Gore.
All right. I will go ahead and get him. Race half 1 results are on the screen. So those are going to scroll by you. Let me find the race 1 winner. He has taken his time to get out of the race car, but sure enough, there we are. And let's go ahead and pull him up in here.
Danny G, James in the booth, you got a copy.
I got you.
Well, it's another Sunday drive for you out there, half 1. Take us through it.
Not really too much. Kind of drive car head empty. I just knew I nailed the start. That was kind of my biggest thing recently, at least. I always seem to lose it off the start, but that time I nailed it and pulled away. Got a good drive in the first, short shifted into second, and I don't know. I think by the end of the first lap, I already had a couple second leads, so I just kept on extending, and that was it.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts now going into half two with the inverts of, it's like top 10 invert, so you're gonna have to have some passing here, try to get yourself through the field a little bit. What's your plan of attack?
Well,
about that.
yeah, let's go ahead and bring that up real quick.
Right, I forgot. That's right.
The first ever, we'll call this first ever. I don't know if it's the first ever, but the first ever OSCA, I guess 3-wide TV challenge. So a little challenge for Daniel Gore is he will be starting 10th here in half number 2, but the caveat is he will be starting in the pit lane. So 5-10 seconds behind the last driver once we get the green flag, and with that comes $5 to him if he's able to get a podium, and then an additional $5 if he's able to win. So that's $10 on the line if he can pass every car in the field and take the checkered flag here tonight. So I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun for everybody involved. I think I'm having fun. The chaos is already playing out in my head. So I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. Based off that little sprint there, I'm feeling good. I mean, now it's just 19 laps. We got 36 to get through, so we'll just take them one by one. Try and nail the pit stop. Hopefully, don't speed, and yeah, it should be fun.
Alrighty, well, we wish you the best of luck on that endeavor, Daniel, and hopefully we're talking to you again in another 36 laps.
Hopefully.
All right, well, we'll have another 5 minutes of warm-up to kill.
Do you guys want to talk to any other drivers?
Yeah, I think we can get that word with somebody else. I think the little challenge we're doing tonight is going to be pretty fun. I think if anyone can win the $10, it probably would be Daniel, but he will have to pass 20 drivers tonight, presumably, to get the money. So it'll be fun. We'll keep an eye on his progress through the field. Let's see if we can get a word with anyone else.
How about Ty
my
McIntosh? Because he is currently leading the road points. Well, not leading the road points, but leading of the drivers who have not yet advanced.
Yeah, he certainly is. Give me 1 second. There we go. And Ty, he started in 9th, finished 7th, so he'll be gridding up in 4th place for the restart. There we go. Finally found him. Ty McIntosh, just came right to the booth. Got a copy?
It is. I do. Sorry.
It is.
It is.
He says. So we want to talk to you because you are currently leading the points of the drivers who have not yet advanced. So from what I understand, I think that can happen here tonight if you have a really good run here in half number 2. But
I think it's already happened.
It might have. It might have.
I was given the go ahead from Vic. He said, "Welcome to WF." So I think that means World Finals.
Oh, well, there you go. I guess we'll change this into a what might happen to a you're probably in. There in half number 1. Started 9th, finished 7th. A pretty standard day for you. You'll be graded up in 4th here for the half number 2. How are you feeling about this one?
Oh, I mean, I feel pretty good. I think I had something for Kynan and Ziegel there at the end. I just was a little too conservative at the start. I feel like that's my one problem. It's like I don't really have a sprint mode and a feature mode. Like it's just kind of I'm the same thing, and if it plays out in my cards, whatever. But at the end of the day, I think the longer race is the one to be more prepared for. So, yeah, I had a great battle with Noah. That was really fun. I think we door banged a couple times and had some good fights there. But overall, I feel pretty good. I think having Danny G doing his thing that he's doing isn't really going to do too much because like Darren and James are quick. So I don't think we have a chance for the win. But a top 5 is probably in the cards if I can keep it together.
So, I wanted to ask, because we saw a lot of these drivers out here tonight just struggling with various aspects of driving the car. Rear end sliding, front end sliding, going off the track here and there. What is the most challenging thing you're seeing out there tonight? I think from most people, it looks like it's the rears kind of just burning off. But what are you experiencing?
I mean, that's absolutely what it is. Like, it's tricky because, especially like at the top of the hill and then getting down the S's on the backside, it's just... You know, you're slinging the car around, and this car for some reason, like talking with Danny and a lot of other people, it doesn't feel like the car's like connected to the ground that well in the rear. So you hit one of these curbs or you wheel hop at all, there's not really much you can do. So like I've started doing weird things at the end of the race. I was in 3rd gear, out of 2 and up to the top of the hill. I think the game plan and it worked in practice and qualifying and in the rest of the sprint there was being in 3rd down the back all the way to the S's to the final corner. I think that's going to be one of the biggest safe things to do, but it's still, I mean, you try to race somebody a little too hard, it's going to kill it. I felt like I did okay. Noah asked me what my tires were, and it didn't tell me because it just said 100 on everything, and I knew that was a lie. I probably would have fibbed a little to him anyways because, you know, we're competitors, so I wouldn't have told him. But, yeah, no, there were certainly some comers and goers.
All right. Well, we got a couple seconds here before we get gridded over. Any shout-outs you want to give us before the start of the race?
Yeah, my buddy Thrash. I'm sure he's watching. I haven't even looked at the chat, but Thrash, Logan, Riker. My parents are on their way home, so I'm sure they'll watch the second half. Everybody at Sponsor Southern Speed Co. We're actually able to give this Carson Quapple car a pretty good run tonight, so I'm happy that it's looking good and running good. You guys for putting on the show and commentating for what you guys do. I know it's not an easy job sometimes when Danny G runs away with a 12-second lead, but you guys make the best of it, and Vic for putting the stuff on, and everybody watch it.
All right. Well, good luck in the second half here, and I do have some good news about your buddy Thrash. He did learn what a meatball flag is today. Had a question.
I had to explain it to my mom too. She was like, "What is a meatball?" And I'm like, "Oh no, yeah." I figured she made it a lot longer than I thought she would before asking. So.
All right. Well, they're calling the drivers to the cars. Go get in the car and go do some racing things. Good luck there.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
Alright.
You see everyone making their way out to the starting grid here.
About a minute and change, so we can quickly go over the qualifying or the starting lineup here. We will. Do I have it here? I sure do. We'll be very quick about it, as I need to hide somebody's name. My bad.
Yep, your front row, Dylan Thomas and DJ Weeks. Noah Brown and Ty McIntosh, row 2. Eric Ziegel and Kyna Jones, row 3. Ray Bracey, James Miller, row 4. Darren Staff, Dallas Myhan, row 5. Row 6 is Aaron Evans and Thomas Capuano.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. That one's on me. There we go.
Dave Carpenter and Neil Rutt, row 7. Gilberto Javier Gomera and David Westergreen, row 8. Adam Peeler, Zach Evans, row 9. Jake Scarborough and Santiago Aguirre, row 10. And Danny G starting in the pits with the bounty.
I don't know why it's like that, but that's cool.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, no, straight, yeah. What do they know?
They got access to the script.
15 seconds,
We have
guys?
another. Yes, sir. 10 seconds remaining until the start of half 2. So we see the timer is done.
2, 1.
And the green is out. Decent jump from our pole sitter. Gonna be side by side here as we go up into turn 2 for half 1. Oh,
wow, 3 wide and
choke wide. Oh, almost major contact. McIntosh got loose. That could have been bad for everyone.
I think Kynan got
they
into
are
him.
still trying wreck here.
Let's see. He's gonna be side by side with his teammate. Oh, a whole lot of cars. Big wiggles coming down the crest. So we shoot through the chute for the first time in half 2.
Just fire riding.
Ty's gonna clear Ray. Thank you, Carlos. Oh, Kynan and Miller side by side, battling through the S's. No Brown all over Dylan Thomas for the lead of this race.
And Daniel Gore has already caught the back of the field. He's on the back of the 27 of Adam Peeler, actually making the pass right now. So it wasn't even a lap before he's starting to pass the cars in the back.
And so it begins. Meanwhile, big sideways for Dylan Thomas. That was nearly disaster. Oh, and he's still sideways.
He is still struggling with that thing. He is not hooked up at all, and he's going to lose a lot of time here.
Yeah, maybe a few years off of his life. That had to have been scary as heck, as now he's losing spots. There goes McIntosh. Capuano trying to follow through. Long side. Oh no, that's Darren Staff going by, and Staff will clear. Thomas goes off. Oh, Dave Carpenter around.
Big hit in the rear.
There's
going, but that was a huge spin off into the... oh, he's still...
oh
still
no,
wrecking.
Dave! Oh, Dave!
I think up here, this through what, turn
3.
2, that is... Turn 3? Turn 3,
3A?
yeah, and just lose it.
3A is right here. The naming of the corners is a bit thrown off. We were wondering about that earlier. It's a bit thrown off just because of the fact that the carousel existed long before the chute was even introduced. So that's why when you take the chute, you go from 4A to turn 7, because all the rest of the corners are the carousel. So that's a bit of an insight on why the corner numbers are a bit goofy around here. So we're on board with Gore now. He's already up to P14.
And I love me a good
knocking on Aaron's door. Oh, and Aaron goes off.
Yeah, it makes it easy for him.
Really hope people caught that. Knock, knock, knocking on Aaron's door.
A little bit further at the front, Noah Brown leads Eric Ziegel by about 0.4 of a second. That's really the best battle going on at the front of the field so far.
Thomas is lamenting the fact that he let Danny G by.
Eric Ziegel also sideways out of turn 11, so we're on lap 3, starting lap 4 here, and we're already starting to have some tire issues.
Yeah, a lot of lockups and big moments of slide. On board with Dylan Thomas. It's like he's started to stabilize here. Hanging on to P8. Big moment for Ray Bracey there. Meanwhile, entering turn 7, Core's going to have to look on Dallas Myhan. They're going to be alongside each other, going through the S's. And Dallas is gonna concede the spot.
Sounded so sad there.
What? No, certainly not. As a big send from Ray on to his teammate.
He's gonna.
And
Looks like he might bring James Miller with him too, but
Nope,
Miller's gonna get a bad run.
Yeah,
Out of turn 11.
yeah, he almost did, but Miller lights up the rears, but he's still gonna get by Ty anyways. Don't know what happened with Ty there on the front straightaway.
I think he clipped the inside wall, like right before the start finish line. Capiano pit road.
No. That can't be a scheduled stop.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, Zingle! What a save! Holy crackers! Oh my, there's a dirt track here in Sonoma, sir. This isn't the rallycross layout.
Oh, did I not hit it?
Mother of mercy, that was harrowing.
Wow, that was crazy. We'll have to see what happened to him, but that was all sorts of.
Oh, it just got loose.
Wow. Whoa.
He wrecked it. He just didn't actually hit anything.
He wrecked like 3 times and didn't hit anything.
Give kudos to Ziegel there for a bit of driving. That was that was excellent, excellent.
Yeah, and we might end up seeing more of those moments from Ziegel because he left about 50% of his rear tires back in the middle of the chute there.
Daniel Gore around DJ Weeks for the 9th position. So his gap to leader currently 9.2-ish seconds. And we're on lap 6 here. Remember, he won half number 1 by about 12.5 over Darren Staff. So probably looking on pace here to win half number 2, even with the handicap. But we will still a long race to go. He has to pass all of these cars in front of him. And as you know, James, further to the front you get, the harder it gets to pass. And especially once you get further to the front and you start getting teammates, then it gets exponentially hard to pass. So I think he will have a little bit of problem with that 65 Noah Brown, but we'll see what happens here later on in the race. On board James Miller with a foot cam, and he is sending it into turn number 11. So did Ziegel, though. He sent it on the outside. Both these drivers sent it on lines here, and Ziegel's going to get the run out of turn number 11. James Miller on the outside. And see, James Miller, one of the fun things about the way he drives is he is a right foot braker, which is a pretty uncommon thing in stock cars. Really, the only person I know that does it is Shane Van Gisbergen in real life, and he's quite good at it. You might have heard of him.
On the contrary,
move by Miller.
No, go on.
Sorry,
mine was a joke.
Sorry. Yeah, what a crazy move by Miller, sending it around the outside of turn 2 on the 5. Ziegel did a great job with the counter send going into turn 11 to hold off Miller for the moment. That 09 car will not be denied. Now he's starting to pull away as Ray Bracey trying to take his turn to get by the 5.
Yep, and Miller, I think he was probably being held up a little bit there by Ziegel. He's starting to gap a little bit, and he's got a pretty big gap in front of him out to Darren Staff. He's got about 4 seconds or so. So gonna have to start locking in and making some lap time here if he wants to catch that 45.
Yeah, you see battle for the lead brewing. Staff has caught Noah Brown.
And these two drivers are pretty equal paced right now. Noah finished Noah finished 8th in half number 1. Darren finished 2nd. But as we've seen tonight, it is pretty difficult to pass. You have to almost do a big dive bomb, send something like that, or wait for a big mistake for the car in front of you to make a move here. So we'll see what Darren's able to do. But right now, it is Noah Brown leading the way.
Yeah, there's only a handful of real good passing opportunities here at this track. If Darren can get a bit closer, then he'll have a great opportunity at the biggest passing zone down into the turn 11 hairpin.
A little bit further on back, Daniel Gore again, probably one of his more tougher competition that he's going to have to pass here. He's battling with Hayden Jones right now through the S's and has had a little bit of problem. He actually caught him about a lap ago. He's not been able to make the move just yet. Here he is into turn number 11, making the move on the inside. Going to outbrake Kynan and see if he can do something about that. Not quite. Kynan's actually going to concede the position. Pretty easy to move Danny G up to the 6th position.
Yeah, you would have, for the bounty's sake, you would have hoped that kind of put up a bigger fight. As Gore is going to be right in the middle of this battle. Oh, we're going to be 3-1! Oh, goodness!
Oh, he really wants to get that bounty. That's not going to work, I don't think. He's gonna hang it there.
Oh, and that's going to
shoving Doja a little bit.
Yeah, and that cost Ray a spot to Kynan. Ray voicing his disappointment. Is now Gore gonna try to chase down Ziegel.
Yeah, you can tell Danny G, not typically someone who would be aggressive on the road courses. I think he is, he's got that bounty, or the challenge, or whatever you want to call it, in his mind right now. And trying to go for that money. Which us as 3 on TV, we, I love that we're getting something out of this, because I think if we didn't do this, Danny would have probably already been in the lead by like 10 seconds, and that's that. But hey, we're getting something out of this, so pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great, because I'm not good enough play-by-play guy to carry us through the lulls and the action. All the help I can get is Ziegel needs all the help he can get. Big loose out turn 2 is going to give Gore the opportunity. They're going to be side by side coming down the crest. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was another big moment for Ziegel. Nearly ended the bounty right then and there.
Yeah, that 5 car has been sideways more often than not tonight. I think we need to inform him he's at a dirt track. It is spectacular to watch. He's doing a great job, but my goodness, he has got to be a little bit stressful in the cockpit of that car.
Yeah, mother of mercy.
27.
That
is a big wreck.
And yeah,
that's probably going to help Daniel Gore's cause a little bit there, but to the lead goes James Miller. He kind of just puts us around the outside of it all, and all of a sudden our challenge is down to 2.8 seconds.
Yeah, I think as compensation, the bounty money needs to come from these two.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to see what happened here. Did Darren just with a unholy send, and Noah was not having any of it. I don't want to say either of those drivers were at fault, but I would have to say if either of them were at fault, it would be both of them.
I mean, it's really late then, and Brown is already starting to turn into the corner before Darren's nose is even there, so it's the optimistic move from the 45. I'll just leave it at that.
I would say that, yeah. I would agree with that. My only issue with I feel like Noah could have had a little bit more of a survival instinct there, but that also with that comes conceding the position probably. So doesn't have to do that technically, and sometimes it just kind of happens like that. But yeah, either way. Worse out of that was probably Noah. He got kicked sideways and lost 3 spots out of it. So we'll probably we'll see if we can get a word with him after the race. If all things can, if we can get that and see how he felt about it. But a lot of racing here to go. 25 laps to be exact.
If anyone is curious as to what Thomas Capuano is doing He is having a dinner.
I see.
So he is.
In pit road. He's been there for
sitting on
about
pit
10
road.
minutes.
Is there a drive-through down there near pit road? Do you know, James? Like, you've been here. I don't know if there's like a In-N-Out drive-through or something over
But
there.
fast food sells mac and cheese.
I wish, but the closest in and out to Sonoma Raceway is a bit out of the way.
I might have
So,
actually been to that one because I remember just a little side story here. When I visited my grandparents the last time, this would have been 2018, I believe. We did go by Sonoma Raceway. I didn't go to the track, but we did go by it and went to in and out right after there. So it probably was the closest one, or one of the closest ones. But that was the last time I've had an in and out.
The last time I had in and out was when I flew to Willow Springs back in 2022. God, I could use a double right now. Anyways,
You can take, something about you can take the Californian out of California or take them out of something, but you can't take the Californian out. I don't know. There's something to be said there, but we have a battle for second with Daniel Gore and Darren Staff going at it.
you can take the in out of California, but you can't take the out of in California.
Yep,
There,
that's
that
it.
works
You nailed
perfectly.
it. Battle for second.
Something right there. Ooh.
As we see, there's the bounty hunter making his way to P2.
45 doing what he wanted Brown to do to him.
Yep.
And so now it's a second down the road for Dan Gore to catch the TMR machine of James Miller. New paint scheme on that car this week.
Big.
I love the paint scheme. The purple and yellow is a nice combination. LSU fans would probably like it. I am not an LSU fan, but I know that's kind of their colors. I think that's kind of like Minnesota Vikings colors too.
As a California native, the yellow and purple is just a much more eviler organization than either of those two sports teams.
Would that be the Lakers?
Yeah. All I'm saying is running that color scheme up here in Warriors country is a bold choice, that is for sure. And a stone's throw from Sacramento Kings country as well.
That's true. That's true. But James is Canadian, so maybe I don't know. Something about that. Something about the World Series. Something about the fact that Canada lost the World Series and California won it. I don't know. Wrong team in California.
I blame Drake.
Wrong team that overall won it.
Amen.
I'm still not happy about that. I will say, I think the Blue Jays, more than the Dodgers
Guys.
won the World Series, I think the Blue Jays lost it about 4 times,
Guys,
which
hold
is
on.
the unfortunate
Yep.
part.
Something happened.
Oh, we got a replay.
Yeah. Oh no! Oh, noted road course hater David Westergreen. Oh.
And he, parked it right after that. Parked it right on the racetrack. And immediately on the plane back home. You know, it almost looks like he had a scheduled flight, and he knew about that, and he was running a little bit late, and he decided to just, not worry about the rest of the race and get on the flight back home.
Yeah.
Back near the front,
Yep.
we have a battle for the lead that has not subsided.
I have instructed Vic to tell Danny G when he takes the lead that if he speeds in pit road before his stall and still comes back to win it, I will match what you are giving.
So are you matching what I'm giving, or are you matching what me and Santi are giving?
I'm matching what you're giving, the initial thing. I'm broke.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't imagine he'll take it. Gore is good, but I don't think anyone is make up 40 seconds at Sonoma in, I imagine, at least 15 laps to go good. That might be pushing it just a bit.
However,
If
if your name is like Michael Conti or something, surely you can do it.
Yeah, but man, you would have to make up more than 3 seconds a lap. It's a big ass.
See James Miller up here. He is driving the wheels off that car, off of turn 11 there, just using all the racetrack, and he's got 20 more laps here to try to hold off that 69 of Daniel Gore. Going to be a tough ask, but I think if anyone can do it in the field, it's going to be that driver right there. And he's doing a good job right now. Really, Miller himself gained a lot from that contact with Noah Brown and Darren Staff there, so probably not worried about the fact that Daniel is behind him too much, because he was going to be there regardless, but he has the lead now, and now it's about locking in, focusing on your marks, focusing on what you can control, and just he's doing a good job right now.
That he is.
Well, we should be seeing pit stops here in about 2 laps. Well, right there, Daniel Gore decides to come in the pit road, so he is going to be the first of our drivers. The outside pit lane here at Sonoma, a unique thing among NASCAR racetracks, and
Let's see if he
fun
speeds.
history fact for the for you that have not been around that long. Way back in the day, we're talking before 2002. They had a separate pit road on the other side of the racetrack. It had about 5 or 6 race stalls there. They called it Gilligan's Island because the main pit road did not have enough stalls for all 43 cars. They put a little auxiliary short pit chute down there, and they added like 40 seconds to your stop to account for the difference. So that was a thing between like 01 and 02, I believe, maybe 2000 as well, but it was gone by 03 for sure. But yeah, just a little relic of old NASCAR there. Daniel Gore is down and away.
No, it stayed there for a bit
see
longer.
a black flag. So new tires and fuel on that machine. Everybody else now probably going to be coming in as soon as they can, because the 69, those new tires are going to be much quicker than these old tires. There comes James Miller.
Yep.
There comes Darren Staff. I think we're going to see just about everybody come in. Ziegel and McIntosh are the two behind. Ziegel comes in. McIntosh stays out. Noah
Yeah.
Brown, I believe, has already made his stop. I think he made his 2 laps ago, so see how much time he can gain off of that. But yeah, definitely some strategy coming into play here. 18 laps to go. We're at the halfway mark of this race. That's actually wrong. I did that math completely wrong. We're 30. No, wait.
No, we are
36, yeah,
halfway.
18 is half of 36. Yeah. Okay.
Listen,
We're good,
never
we're good.
doubt yourself. You're a queen.
Math is hard sometimes.
See Miller able to beat Staff off the road, and they're both gonna beat Gore.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's gonna make things interesting.
So really,
Gore losing on the undercut.
Oh!
Oh, cutting it around in turn 2.
yep, not quite all the way. He's still getting past on both sides. Just a little half spin for him, but definitely a suboptimal situation.
No kidding.
Somebody else was sideways here too. Just think he took a little too much curb.
Neil Rudd got a black flag, so if he wins this race, I will be giving him $10.
Believe that Vic said before the race that if Adam Peeler is able to win one of these halves, he would get $10 and an automatic berth into the World Finals. That is a move on the inside from Gore.
Darren gonna try to hold position. Darren with a great run off of the corner. Oh, he got sideways though.
Darren with a hard head. And
yeah, he's gonna clear. Oh, forces. Tries to shut the door. He's gonna hold on.
Absolutely something that James Miller is loving to see in his mirror. This little scrap behind.
Yeah, Shades SVG versus Austin Hill from a couple seasons ago.
I think Darren knows that if that 69 gets around him, that's probably all she wrote for what he can do with Daniel. So, really, even if it's not, when you're kind of when Darren's position, it's almost, you know, it's almost like sacrificing yourself a little bit. He knows that if he kind of holds that 69 back a little bit, that it's going to make him look at the tire marks that the 45 is leaving. He is driving the absolute wheels off that car. I got to think that those tires are going to be lava here in a few laps, but for now, he is doing what he needs to do to keep that 69 behind him. There is somebody there. I think that was Adam Peeler. It just passed. That was actually, yes, that was Peeler.
Meanwhile, there was a little bit of contact. Scarborough and Kynan in turn 11. As you see Darren Staff continue to drive like his life depends on it. Because for this win, it's kind of... Jake Scarborough way off!
Yeah, where's he going? He's up there where the camera guy would be. And, well, he's gonna have to find his way back on the racetrack somehow. And I think nope.
Oh, he just...
no!
He just found an invisible wall.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
what a way to end the race right here.
Oh, just when he thought he got away with... Oh my goodness.
Just
Holy...
got it all sorts of wrong right there.
Yeah. Wow.
And then he's trying to find his way back onto the racetrack here. And there's a little opening, but unbeknownst to him, that is an invisible wall that he's about to hit right there. And knocked the whole front end off. I believe he gave him a meatball too, so that's going to be 2 meatballs.
Meanwhile, this...
on the weekend.
The battle rages on here.
And Daniel's still not able to do anything with that 45. Darren is just... he is being the annoying driver that we all cannot pass. Doing a great job out here, doing exactly what he needs to do. But for Daniel Gore, he is being the absolute most annoying part. And there he goes on the inside. That's going to be close. And I think he's going to get it here. Sure enough, give the spot to Daniel Gore. That was a great move through turn 7.
Yeah, valiant effort.
Oh, another one.
Staff.
McIntosh on Ziegel. He's going to make the move in 7. Sorry. Everybody's making a move in 7.
Yeah, Eric, take with the business decision. Told Ty to go by. Eric's just trying to get that thing to the finish with how sideways it's been. Meanwhile, the bounty hunter sits in P2.
Looks like it's about 1 second the gap between them right now, Gore and Miller. So 14 laps to go. And we've seen James be able to hold Daniel Gore off. So has Darren Staff for quite a few laps there before finally Daniel made the move into turn number 7. So we'll see how long James can do it. If it's 14 laps and he holds him off to the end, that would be James's, I believe, 2nd win of the season.
Yeah, first one since Road America half one.
which I would say probably not the season that James Miller would expect for himself, being the championship runner-up, I believe, 2 years in a row. But you know, if you're having a bad season, or if you're having a bad luck time, or anything like that, it does turn around at some point. There is a point where it will start turning around, and is that going to be today for James Miller? We'll see. Daniel Gore is right there. He is so good under the brakes in turn 11.
Yeah, you brought up how wasn't quite able to get by Miller and took a while to get by Staff, but I can't imagine that it wasn't by design. You have to imagine that Gore is just kind of pacing himself here. He knows he has the pace. He's still got plenty of time. No need to really make a significant set here. Just, I don't want to say playing with his food, because that is a bit disrespectful to Miller and Staff, but I don't think we've seen the 69 quite at 100% so far in this.
Maybe a few laps ago when he and Ray were racing, and Ray unfortunately got shoved off the track a little bit. That might have been 100% there. Maybe 99.9, but definitely we're on board with Daniel here. We'll see.
Oh, here's 100%. 100% send, and there goes the bounty hunter. He's taking the lead.
And that was where he was just gaining time on everybody left and right into the hairpin, and not anything that James Miller could do with that. So 12 laps to go here. James looking, that's not where you want to do it at, and he's gonna get a little bit of a bad run off. So it took what we'll call that 25 laps for Daniel to pass the entire field.
Yeah, just the unreal performance from the 69 car continues.
And I think definitely helped by Noah and Darren's little kerfuffle there down in turn 11, but either way, I think probably going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
What's that Tom saying? Daniel Van Gorsbergen, I think is what he said on the chat. So 12 laps to go. Already up to a second advantage, and we'll see how much that gets extended out to the end of the race, if any, which I would expect it to do so a little bit. But just unreal performance from Daniel Gore. I mean, it's not a fluke. He had to pass a bunch of cars to do it. Just doing what you got to do out here, and being smooth and consistent, and not hitting the other cars too incredibly much.
Meanwhile, we're focused on this battle. My hand, Gilberto and Dylan Thomas here.
This is back for the 12th position currently.
Whoa, big
That
sideways
was
for
awful
my hand.
sideways. We've seen that all night from so many cars.
We see Noah Brown in the second cam. Noah just kind of all by himself here. Hasn't really been able to gain any ground since the little dust up between him and Staff. Oh my goodness, I think someone might actually hit the wall in the chute. Or at least came way closer. Yeah, I think Aaron Evans might have, if he didn't smoke it, he almost smoked it.
Don't see a terrible amount of damage on the left side there. I think
I think
whatever,
he's good.
if he did hit it, he got away with it a little bit. He got away with it mostly, so.
Oh, Dylan
no!
Thomas off in turn 10. Oh no!
That one.
Oh,
That's caution. It's not vacation.
that
Yikes.
just. I have no idea. I have no idea what Dylan Thomas was doing right there.
As we were complimenting Aaron for getting away with something, he gets just absolutely blindsided here, and nothing. Dylan just has an accident here, but why did he come back across the track? And just lack of spatial awareness, I think, a little bit there on Dylan Thomas's part. So
Yeah, I don't know if he's just trying to get out of the way, but in a situation like this, you have to just hold your brakes and stay put. You know, the car behind is gonna already make the split decision on where to go, and chances are they're already angling to go where you're not before you start to pull away. So if you try to get out of the way, then you're just gonna pull into the spot that they've already committed to. So Dylan was just the smart thing would have just, stayed put, and then Aaron would have been able to get by with no issues instead of whatever that was.
And unfortunately for Aaron, no surprise here. That was a huge hit into the pit wall, but meatball, and he is on the pit road getting repairs to that car. I would be shocked if, with the time remaining, they got it back out there, but I think maybe with a couple laps to go, they should be able to. But that was a huge hit into the most unfortunate place to hit for Aaron. It pinned him right into that sticking out pit wall. So is going to be a lot of damage to fix there. Neil Rutt also retired from the event, so he will no longer take part in tonight's race.
And it's unfortunate for Aaron as well that this happened here in the new stand, because the old stand didn't have the temporary concrete walls there at that part of the track, so he would have a lot more asphalt to just drive onto to try to avoid Dylan Thomas.
We do have him in the infield care center. If you guys want to have a word with him.
Well, let's do it.
Yep, I'll bring him up.
Aaron, James in the booth, you got a copy?
Sadly, I do.
Yeah, just unfortunate and a frustrating incident to be a part of from your point of view. Take us through what, if anything, you saw before that went down.
Well, I mean, I ran it out of fuel, because, I mean, the thought was less fuel, less wear on the tires, less energy going through the tires, and then better tires throughout the rest of the race. And I mean, I think I would have had probably a top 10 finish. I was gaining on him a lot. I mean, I think Zach was in 10th at the time, and I cut the gap from like 8 to 3 or something seconds over the course of like 2 laps. And then I saw that happen, and I was like, well, surely he's going to hold his brakes. And then, I mean, it's I lost my cool. It's just a racing accident, though. It happens. It's unfortunate as all.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, we were a bit frustrated watching it for you there. It's a bummer, because it was a good run for you, and like you said, it might have turned into a even better run had that not happened.
Yeah, I mean, it was... I wasn't feeling the most comfortable, and then I started driving and seeing what other people were doing, and then putting something else and seeing if it worked one lap, and if it didn't, I'd just leave it. I mean, what was really helping me was I was using the engine braking to go all the way down to first gear going into the hairpin, and then I just bit back in second right away, so it was easier to get out of the corner, and it felt like it was helping with the fuel and with the tires. So
Yeah, well, unfortunate break. Is there anyone you want to give a quick shout out to before we let you go?
Well, same thing I said last time I ran the car and last time you guys talked. I want to say thank you to my beautiful fiance for helping make the paint scheme. It looks great. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it, and I love it. And also just thanks to her for all the help she's been and support she's given. And thanks to Redux, because, I mean, Redux is the ones that got me here, and as unfortunate as it is to have another DNF on top of the season, they've always been there and they've always been helpful.
Alright, well, hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week, Aaron, in a much better fashion.
Hopefully. I don't want this streak of coming into the booth after DNFing to keep going, because it's starting to hurt the mental going on, you know? But
Absolutely.
thank you guys. Have a great night.
You as well.
While that was going on, guys, we did have 2 incidents.
A lot of things.
Yeah. Involving Dallas
everything
Migrants.
happened.
Go ahead and take a look at that one first.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of issue between Gilberto and Dallas going into turn 11. And, ooh, oh.
Wow.
See, Dallas went defensive, and I think Gilberto just tried to duck and try the outside, was just a bit too close to Dallas and just kind of hooked him into the inside wall.
Yep, on board and punt, and around he goes. One of the things, that's like one of the accidents we see a lot here in real life. People getting spun there into turn 11, and they go around and around and around. And Ziegel.
Yeah, speaking of going around and around, this is the second incident. Ziegel losing a bunch of track position here. The tires that we mentioned have really seen better days now.
Yeah, and he's been sideways all race, more than he's not been, and that was just kind of the culmination of it. So, did a good job up to that point. On board here with Ray Bracey, he's behind Ty McIntosh now.
He is not out there. My bad.
I look forward to that being included on quick shifts. Whoa, I think Ty might have had a little bit of a moment there.
Oh, what a
Not
corner!
sure if
Ray.
he got. Yeah. I think Ty was still trying to get his bearings back. Just missed the apex a bit. This is gonna give Ray a great opportunity. A fantastic time. Lap through the S's for Ray. Good Lord, can't even speak right now. Oh, big run! Oh, and too good of a run. Ray's gonna slide a little bit, and that's gonna cost him his chance to make the send into turn 11.
Yeah, Ray should have gone a little bit more inside there. He went a little bit too far out, and it killed his momentum.
Oh.
But here he comes off of turn 11. He's got a great run still. It's not over yet for him. They are side by side up through 1 and 2. This is going to be hairy. Giving each other plenty of room, 2 teammates, so good to see that. I think Ray's going to get the run off here. He's going to have the outside through the first part of turn 3. Second part of turn 3 will be his, though, and I think there he goes. They still can't shake each other.
There's so much dirt in that part of the track. You can see the dirt being kicked up from Ray's car.
Ray just cannot make the move stick right now. He's going to have to drive it hard into turn 7 here. And just still side by side. You don't want to be side by side through this part of the S's. It's very tight if you're where he's at, but I think Ty gives him the room. Oh, not quite. It's really more so by necessity there that he got his room, but Ray Bracey does make the pass on Ty McIntosh.
Yeah, an incredible battle between the teammates. They were side by side for nearly the entire lap. Unreal. Now
we do
DJ
have
Weeks is on the
two-
scene.
We have 2 laps to go here. 5.5 second lead for Daniel Gore. And currently looking like he might be 10 plus 10, so $20 richer at the end of this event.
The battle still rages. The closest we've been, or it's the closest battle on the track right now. As Danny G gonna take the white flag.
Yep, he can, once he gets up to about turn 4, he can coast most of the lap. He's got a pretty big lead here for what he's got, about 5.5, almost 6 seconds now.
Started cruising through the chute. Whoa, big sideways for McIntosh. That might be the breathing room Bojo needed. Meanwhile, Danny G making his way through the S's for the final time. Still watching this battle between McIntosh and Bojo. To take your eyes off a bit, but here he is, the bounty hunter, making his way through the final corner. Coming to the checkered. Show me the money. Daniel Gore is going to win half 2 at Sonoma.
And we call that another dominant performance for the 69.
Absolutely. Miller in second. Staff brings it home P2.
Oh, no, Brown.
Oh.
He's fine. He's got nobody behind him right now.
Yeah, nothing to worry about for the 65. He'll bring it home in 4th. And the Titanic battle to close it, Ray is going to be the one to hold on. Top 5 for Bojo. McIntosh and Weeks follow. Ziegel with the 5% rear tires brings it home 8th. And meanwhile, Ty McIntosh flew to Marin County.
Is that a far away? I don't know my California geography that well. Oh my goodness.
It's a little far away.
All right, we'll go ahead and let these drivers finish up their races. We still have a couple of drivers in the back that still need to technically finish, but
I'm gonna get the tarps.
we'll let everybody get situated, get a bottle of water or bottle of vodka, whatever they choose, bottle of wine, because we're in wine country. And we will have some interviews with you shortly. Yep, I'm ready.
Let's wait until at least one of them is in the waiting room. Oh, no, wait, we really don't have to wait since they're all already in the, in Discord. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and get started, I'll do Darren and you wanna interview Gore, and I'll do Darren and James, since I've already interviewed Danny.
Sure. I was thinking, since he finished 4th, we can get Noah too and get his side of the incident with Darren, maybe too. Does that sound good?
Sure, you take him then.
Okay. So I'll do Noah, and then
Pause.
And then we'll alternate.
Yep.
All right, so ready when you are then, Carlos.
But we've been back.
Oh, well.
I told you his mics were on.
Bossman. We've been back. We got Noah Brown here. I got him right here. Finished 4th on the night. Noah, you got a copy?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm here.
Well, you're here because we dragged you here. So I just wanted to go through your night a little bit, and specifically the contact there with the 45 of Darren's staff with the it's halfway through the race or something. Just take us through that from your own eyes and tell us what happened.
I mean, it's kind of a nothing sandwich. I kind of turned into the corner maybe a little early, and he took a really shallow entry, and I don't think he was making the corner, but we hashed it out. We don't really have any problems about it. It was just we were both trying to, defend, and yeah, it ended us but it took us both out of race win contention. Not really necessarily Darren, but definitely took me out of race contention. But yeah, it was just kind of contact racing incident. That's about it.
Was there any sort of, knowing with Daniel kind of coming through the pack there, the head of steam, was there any kind of, not so much desperation, but a little bit more willingness to try to get something done there, or did that have anything to do with it?
I knew I probably wasn't winning the race. I was just trying to defend the position that I had at the time. So I'm not desperate for anything. I'm locked into the championship race at this point. So I don't care. I don't know what he was thinking in the moment, but I guess you'll probably talk to him here in a moment. But he'll probably say the same thing I said.
Well, other than that, you had a 8th place finish there in half number 1. How did the car drive for you overall? How did it drive tonight? Was it? We saw a lot of people getting loose in the rear, so looked like rear grip limited. But how did you feel?
Same thing happened to me in half 1 and also in the second portion of half 2. I just kind of burnt the rears up, and it was fine until in half 1 it was fine until Ty and me started to battle kind of seriously, and I just couldn't get any drive out of the corner. So that's really what happens when you get these rear limited cars. You blow the rears, and it's not necessarily bad until you get to getting on the throttle, and it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, no motion. So
well, sure enough, that is our last road course race of the season that everybody is going to attend. Next one is going to be the Invitational, or whatever it's going to be called, at Daytona Road. So we will not see a full field there, presumably, as that's the race to get into the World Finals. But before we let you go, any shout-outs you have for us?
Shout out to Daniel Gore for being insane. No one is surprised, and I hope he stubs his toe.
All right, well, that is his teammate. And 4th place on the night, Noah Brown. Thank you for talking to us, and we will see you next week. Auto Club, so that should be a fun one.
Yeah, all right, have a good one.
Tell us how you really feel there, Noah.
All right, well, let's get the other half of that incident there. And here's Darren Stapp.
Darren, James in the booth, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, it was a heck of a run out there for you. First of all, you gave Danny G all he could handle there. It was epic watching you two fight it out. Take us through that battle.
Well, it was more of me struggling to hold on to the position, but yeah, I gave him my all there. Half one, he just ran away, and so I was more focused on just keeping second, and then maybe I could have gotten a chance at him, but ended up doing a stupid mistake there during that half two, and he was just quick. I tried to hold him off what I could, but I knew he was eventually gonna get by me, and the damage was too much to try to catch Miller there at the end.
Yeah, speaking of that, take us through your side of the incident with Noah there in turn 11.
I mean, I knew I was quicker than him, but I've done 3 races now at this track in the past month, and all of them are consistent where there's just no passing zones here. I mean, there's a couple, but it ends up leading to what ended up happening. So I had known coming into this race, I had to try somewhat to make some good passes and try to at least hold on, but I ended up braking at the same time that I normally do, but I think I pumped the brake too much and ended up just sliding right into him. So, I mean, it was completely on me. There's no disputing that, at least on my part. I don't think there's much he could have done there. Just tried to make a pass on the inside, and with the new walls, didn't work at all.
Yeah, unfortunate, but it was still a heck of a run out there for you tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you like to give?
Yeah, so Accelerated Cloud Solutions, mostly on the car almost every weekend. Next season, I plan on either running it all the time, or with just alternating schemes, or doing it for like 99% of the schedule. And teammates I know my teammates had a really struggling night, but glad the effort that that RK still put in. But Accelerated Cloud Solutions, the sponsor, I completely talked about it and didn't actually say it. And then my family, who's ever watching. Mom's probably asleep, but my girlfriend's probably upstairs. So at least got one. That's all that matters.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you, Darren, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Yeah, hopefully. Thanks, guys.
Did this man just say his mom didn't matter? Did I hear that right?
I think he said at least we got one. At least if there's one that matters.
My mom is not asleep. Actually, I took her to bingo tonight, so I hope she
the
was
most mom thing
there.
I've ever heard.
Sure, shout out to Bingo.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, what does your shirt say?
Oh, it's Gabriel Iglesias' tour shirt.
Oh,
From
okay.
back in 2023.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I thought it
Oh,
said, "Don't worry,
2024,
I'm
sorry.
fluffy."
Don't worry, be fluffy.
Yeah, no, I caught that
Like
now.
the song. Yeah.
Well, Darren's mom, if you're listening, you do matter, and Darren loves you very much.
Also, B7.
Thank you, Cam. B7. I'll ask her. I'll text her right now and see if it was B7. But thank you, guys.
All right, thank you, Darren. And showing that James Miller is currently deafened in the waiting room, so not entirely sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
we can bring him up. He will.
Hey, just in case.
Okay, James in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, James.
All right.
Oh,
well,
no.
It was a great run for
Oh,
you
ignore
tonight.
that.
You,
I hit the wrong thing.
Oh, yep, everything's fine, perfectly fine. Not a single thing wrong at this moment in time. But yeah. Anyways, you gave Danny G all he could handle there, trying to bring home the bounty. What was your plan of attack, trying to hold on to the lead of the race and hold him off?
Well, I mean, not really much of a plan. I was just trying to run as soon as I could, best I could. I mean, I only had the lead because Danny decided to, well, I guess was challenged to start from pit road, and then Darren and Noah had their incident, so it was kind of just given to me to be in the spot. And I'm surprised I had the lead for so long. I think Gore was just hanging out behind me for a little while there. But no, I was happy with the pace. The first half sucked. The start was just, I guess I should have been a bit more aggressive, but I was just lighting the rears up too much, and I had to fight. I had to fight Darren and Ray, basically around the outside of every corner, and that just killed the car and lost a bunch of track position. So it was nice to see the second race that I had a bit more pace overall. But again, I was still just trapped behind traffic. Didn't get through everybody as well as Darren did at the start. But yeah, I mean, all played out in the end.
Yeah, it was a heck of a job. What was your plan coming into tonight, with this being the first time we've run it in OSCA? So you don't really have the experience of knowing who's going to be able to handle all the elevation changes well.
Yeah, I mean, well, when Daniel said he had never ran Sonoma before, I was like, heck yeah, we might actually have a chance. And then he was doing practice, which is never a good sign. And then I knew we were screwed. So I was just see how it went. I think this field did great for all the hill climbs and the sun in our eyes towards the end. Yeah, I mean, Sonoma's my favorite track out of every track. So I was excited that we were able to go here. I was looking forward to it. I wish I had a bit more speed, but I guess, it is what it is at this point. But no, I had a blast even while running in third with no one around me. It's a fun track, so at least I had that going for me.
Ah, I see you are a man of culture as well.
Right.
Alrighty, James. Well, it was another great run for you tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, just thanks to Cameron for having me drive for the team. Shout out to my friends who were watching, and thanks to you guys for the broadcast.
Alrighty, we appreciate you, James, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Yeah, hopefully it's no longer interviewing Daniel Bohr as the winner.
Well, that's certainly going to get used quite a bit.
Got him.
Alrighty, there is your second place man, James Miller. And now Cam is going to talk to our race winner.
A sweep. Yeah. I had my mic muted there. A sweep on the night and presumably $20 richer. It's Daniel Bohr, as you were just called by Mr. Miller. Well, let's just go ahead and get to it. That second half was pretty chaotic. Take us through it from your eyes.
I'm glad you interviewed me last because I needed to cool down a little bit. It was crazy. That might be the craziest road race I think I've ever raced. I had no idea that it would. I mean, it was kind of close at the end, and he kind of slipped the rears, and again, same story as half one, kind of pulled away. But once they all got going, actually it was a little closer to the pack than I expected. I figured it would be around 10-ish seconds, but after I left, it was more like 3 to the first car. Got through the first few finals. Once I kind of broke into the top 10 where the passes were a little bit harder, certain customers were a little bit harder to pass, like Kynan and Darren put up one incredible fight. Same with James. It was a lot of beating and banging, but overall super fun night. I'm still kind of sort of a loss for words. It was, yeah, just really exciting. Did them one by one, like I said earlier, and somehow swept.
Your 13th win of a season, and I mean, you're quickly approaching Johnny Eckert's all-time wins record, which is probably, I don't know, you're probably a couple away from that, but I think your points lead is up to like 215, if I'm correct on that.
Probably around 200. I think it was 170 odd coming into this race.
But either way, that's the last road course race of the season that you're going to be a part of. We have one more at Daytona Road, which will be the LCQ of the World Finals. So you, having locked in about, 6 weeks ago, something like that probably, you will not be in that. And no, neither will Noah, Ty, James, any of those people that have already locked in. But we got Auto Club next week, which I think is going to be really fun. Really unfortunate that track is now a dirt lot that will never be developed again for anything racing related. But how are you feeling about that one? We're back to the 550 package for the first time since, I want to say it was Motegi back in September.
Well, that race, that was a mixed bag for me. I had good speed there. If I remember rightly, it was actually one of my oval poles I got at that track. I love the track. I'm just not typically very good at the 2-mile D-shaped tracks. So, but nevertheless, I'll still be looking forward to it. It's the track I ended up winning my first championship at. So, I mean, always got something to look forward to going back there for that reason. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Probably won't put as much practice in. I kind of just got to finish, I think, really, to lock it up there. So, yeah.
Yep, and for anyone at home, we are quickly approaching the end of the season. We got Auto Club Kansas, an off week for Thanksgiving, Daytona, the LCQ, which that will be a special event, and then our World Finals race at Homestead the following week. So that will all end on the 11th of December. But real quick before we let you go, Danny, any shout-outs you want to give us tonight?
I want to thank my team. I'm not sure if Jake started the second half. But either way, I want to thank him for showing up for the first. Santi, I don't know if he was watching. He's probably resting. He was unwell, so thank him. Noah, he was useful, finding me some information I didn't really know at the time in the race. And yeah, I mean, and you guys, I mean, I got a question for you. Did you enjoy the second half?
I did.
I told Vic.
I can't.
I told Vic to tell you to speed in pit road, and if you still win, I would match what you're getting.
I heard as I was coming into pit road that yeah, I don't think I would have been able to win after that.
I actually forgot it was a 40-second hold. I don't know why in my head I thought it was like a 15-second hold.
No, that would have been suicidal almost.
Oh, yeah. It
I
was
think
exciting.
we were thoroughly entertained up here.
I was not.
There were a couple
Then
close
everybody
calls.
is happy.
I don't know if you saw any of them. I think at one point one driver got loose exiting the corner and almost pit maneuvered you.
Oh, really? No, I did not see that. I'm gonna go back and find that now.
Anything else you guys need from Danny?
Maybe like a how-to dummies guidebook on how he does it, but that'll come in the future. That'll come in the future. We'll tap this season and we'll get all that situated. But
I'll do it for next season.
yeah, thank you for talking to us for what's presumably the 13th time in the winner's circle this season. And I would be very shocked if we didn't do it at least once more. So we will we'll keep you on standby.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
All right.
Yeah, I believe that just about does it. What are your closing thoughts on tonight's action there, Cam?
Well, I think it was a pretty bog standard Sonoma race. Sonoma, great track, great facility, great picturesque scenery, great location, great everything. A little bit tough to pass, but that by no means, for you Steve O'Donnell or Steve Phelps or anybody that thinks this, that by no means makes a racetrack bad. So I think that I think being a bit difficult in some regards makes a racetrack actually pretty good. So I think we saw some of the best come out tonight, and it was pretty cool to see Daniel take the challenge and actually go out there and win with it. So, I mean, that's why he's got a 200+ point lead.
Yeah, he continues to rack up the win stickers and continues to dominate. But I believe that does it for us tonight. For my broadcast partners, Cam Rich and Carlos Acosta, I'm James Watson, and we bid you adieu until next week. Good night, everyone.